Hey guys, Sean Bougie. It's Thursday morning on the way to the office. Wanted to do a quick announcement, kind of an update of where we're at. Getting a lot of requests for that. So I figured I'd give you guys an update. I literally have 16 deals going out for mobile notaries over the weekend. By Tuesday of next week. There's always going to be somebody that isn't available or whatever at the time or whatever. We're going to have to reschedule, but I should be sending out at least 15 checks next week, because if you guys remember, when COVID hit, we made a decision. Not only were we going to give a little more money whenever possible to claimants for overages and to our deed flips, people that we're buying property from pre-tax sale, but we were also going to give our guys, our researchers, $500 when we get it back and record the document for deed flips, or when we get all the documents back for surplus. So I should have at least 15 out of that 16 going out on probably Monday or Tuesday. That's just the initial payment. That does not include the total commission due to the researcher. That comes out when we get the money out of the court. But 16 in a weekend is pretty darn good. So we're excited about where we are. Things are going really well. I've hired another case manager. We're hiring a floater to back up the girls because we have not missed a beat. We've been on it the whole time. Also, I've replaced all the PCs in the office. Well, half of them, I'm sorry. I've got 2 more to do, and that's coming in soon. With laptops, just in case there's another shutdown, so we'll be able to work through it. Having said that, there's a couple things coming up that you need to be aware of. And yes, it's No Shave November. First off, like this YouTube channel, SurplusFundsRiches. Like it. Click the bell to get notifications. Okay? Follow it, whatever you need to do. I don't know what the lingo is anymore. On all the different platforms we're on. If you're on Facebook, click on the video and go through to it and get to the channel and like the channel, follow the channel, and subscribe to the channel. Whatever you need to do to keep up to speed. We will be doing, if not tonight, possibly tomorrow, an overview of the new Deed Flip 30 program launching January 1st. But here's some things that are extremely important for you guys to understand. We put in that $500 upfront to the researcher deal during COVID. We're going to pull down all of our programs December 1st. We do this every year. From December 1st to December 31st. That accomplishes a couple of things. One, January 1st, we're going to look at it and decide if we go up on the price of our existing programs. So this gives us a chance to do an internal audit, make sure we're still on track, everything looks good, and decide whether or not we're going to go up. And we've gone up 5-6 times over the last 8 years. So that's a possibility come January 1st. The other things to consider, when we revamp, when we relaunch everything and get rolling January 1st, once we're shut down December 1st to the 31st, when we revamp, when we relaunch everything and get things rolling again, I'm probably not going to offer the $500 up front. So if you're on the fence and you're thinking about getting in, I'd recommend you do that by November 31st. It's 31 days in November, I think so. Anyway, by the end of November, get in so that you can still be grandfathered in. Anybody that's bought up to this point, you get the $500 when we get the contract back or when we get the deed recorded, depending on which program you're working. Anybody up to this point is still going to get that forever. I'm not taking that away. Anybody that bought previously, you're covered on those programs to get the $500 up front. But January 1st, we're probably going to take that back, just because there's no need for us to do it. Even with continued lockdowns, I think we're going to be good. By the way, guys, a couple other announcements. This is an odd year. COVID has kind of changed the way we look at things. We're still going to pull it down December 1st to the 31st. It gives our guys in our office a break on training new people. We're still going to work all the files you guys turned in the past. Still going to work them, but we're not going to work. We're not going to allow new people to come in December 1st through December 31st. And when we do reopen it, not sure where the price is going to be. Probably going up. So if you get an opportunity to buy it, now's a great time to do it. All right. So January the 1st, this is another thing I wanted to talk about. And let me back up, I'm sorry. There's a couple other guys out there that have overage programs. They do it a little bit differently. Most of them are geared toward just doing it on your own. Some guy has a JV thing out there where you're supposed to do the work and he jumps in and helps you. And we do it a little different. National Surplus Funds, all you do is go get a list. We tell you how, not hard. Go get a list, research the debt and ownership against that property as it stood, time of the sale. You do this all online, Registered Deeds Department. Fill out a worksheet with that information, provide supporting documents, copy of the deed, that kind of thing. Easy to do. Send it in. We take it from there. We find the people, put the deal together, hire the mobile notary, hire the attorney, and pay you 8% when we get it out of the court. And currently, also 500 of that 8% will be paid when we get the contract back or we get the deed back. Okay, Premier 16, that's a different overage program. You do the same thing, but you also find the people and have a warm conversation on the phone. Of course, we give you scripts, guys. Warm conversation on the phone to make sure they're willing to speak with us. That one we pay 16% of gross instead of 8% of gross. But of course, that's a different skill set. We teach you how, but it's more work, more pay. We currently have the deed flip. That's where we're buying property pre-tax sale. People that are going into tax deed sale, tax foreclosure, whatever you want to call it, about to lose their house. We give them a couple of months to stay in there, a month or two. We'll give them a buyout. If they're still in the house, we'll give them some money up front, more money when they get out. And then we flip it as is, and we pay 15% of the net. Our average net is over $30,000. It's a great whack. It's $4,500 on average. Actually, more than that. On January 1st, we're going to be launching the Deed Flip 30. And this is going to be our version of the Premier 16, where you also call the owners and just say, hey, are you John Smith that owns this property? Great. Would you be interested in selling the property? Well, of course, the majority of them are. Here's why we've chosen this timing right now, and why I brought up the competitors out there that do overages. The reason we're doing it is we're already seeing an insane increase in tax sales. Counties are going broke. Okay? Counties that usually used to count on having court cases being heard, okay, and being able to collect the cost of that court case can no longer do so. So they're going broke. Now, through COVID, we were still able to claim overages in the vast majority of areas. It may have been a slight delay, but the Registered Deeds Department was open, the Clerk of Superior Court was open, magistrates, all those guys were still there. They're essential personnel. Civil actions, divorces and that kind of thing are what mostly got backed up in the court system. The courts are going broke, okay? So they're going to have to sell at tax sale quicker and more often. Okay, so they're going to be selling. You're seeing already, Florida never stopped. They kept selling all the way through it. They had delays sometimes, but that was it. You're going to see an insane number of properties going out for tax sale. So our timing on this, come January 1st in particular, for the Deed Flip 30 is insane. Now here's the other side of it. The other side of it is these people are still in their homes, or if they're not living there, because of COVID and its lingering implications and the potential for existing more lockdowns, because of that, you're getting in touch with more people. So our conversion rate is skyrocketing. We get people from the other side, guys that are selling these overage programs, and they're one-trick ponies, and that's all they do. And God bless them. There's really good guys out there, okay? I like a lot of these guys. But now they're starting to put videos up where they're like, oh, let's compare overages to flipping property. Well, first of all, we're partnering with you on overages or flips. So it's not your money, okay? Because it's a big thing they bring up. We buy the property, we resell the property, and we give you right now 15% of the net. We're about to go to 30% of the net in a market where everyone's home and everyone's broke. Think about that for a second. The Deed Flip 30, in my opinion, because it's going to be so easy to reach the people, that's always been the hard part for people. We do teach that, but it's a separate skill set. It's not easy. It has become easy. Heck, a White Pages premium account is a big deal now, as far as being able to find people. You're going to be able to reach these guys, and they're going to be more apt to sell, especially since I'm going to give them a month or two to stay in there. They can stay there a month, maybe 2 months if they're living in the property. Let them stay there. I'll give them some money up front, enough money for them to move, and when they're out, I'll give them more. My money. The deed flip 30, in my opinion, flipping property that's about to go to tax sale. This is going to be our most productive and profitable system ever. And Jeff and I argued about this for months about what we were going to pay, because that's a lot of money, guys. 30% of the net. Let me tell you something. The guys out there, and I hope there's a lot of you on this channel that are doing your own wholesaling and doing your own selling, you're going to look at your existing numbers and you're going to go, you know what? I'm going to make twice as much money sending deals to Sean than I would trying to put these subject to and all this other crap together. Think about this. I'm getting money in the seller's pocket. You're not going to have to go, yeah, it's a signable contract, and I'll get it done in a month, and I'll close on this in a week. I'll get a money in their pocket in a week. So I'll be doing an in-depth where I actually go into it quite a bit in person. But I want to give you one final example. I'm closing on the 24th on a property. I'm using an attorney on this one instead of a quitclaim deed because there's some hair on it, okay? But anyway, I'm closing on that property, Hickory, up in Hickory, in North Carolina. I'm going to have $10,000 to the owner. I'm going to have $2,500 to the squatter, who's the stepdaughter. Guys, it's easier to do that than to have them trash the house, burn it down, whatever, which I've had happen to me. People burn the house down, pissed off. Luckily, that house I was buying it for lot value anyway. Hell, they saved me money burning the thing down. They saved me money on my demo. But anyway, on that one, I'll have $10,000 to the owner, $2,500 to the squatter, and about $4 or $5 grand, let's call it $5, right, in unpaid taxes to the tax department, because it's not on the docket yet for foreclosing, but it's coming up. Anyway, so I'll have $17,500 into the property. As is, where is that house is worth $80 grand. That's going to leave a profit. Now let's take the $62,500. Let's take another $2 grand off there because I'm going to pay a realtor 3%, and I'm going to have another $500, whatever. Okay, let's take more than that off. Let's take it down to $58,000. Another couple of grand off, just for giggles here, right? 58 grand is on the existing deed flip on this. The guy that sent that in is going to make $7,500 plus $1,200, right? So $8,700. On the deed flip 30, they would make $17,400. Now let me tell you something. I know guys that wholesale, which means that you're just assigning a contract and you're basically a bird dog, that don't make anywhere near that kind of money on a deal. And this is on an $80,000 deal. That's going to be the resale on it. Pay attention to subscribe to this program. Go to our site, SurplusFundsRiches.com. Put your name and email in the right box, the box on the right side, to get our newsletters and updates. Pay attention. That will be launched January the 1st. And instead of $497, which is what we charge for our flagship stuff, it will be $397 for one day. One day. That's it. No rain checks. No, oh my God, I couldn't see it. Whatever. One day. So, just a heads up. Deed flip 30. I know that, let the pigeons loose. There's much rejoicing. I know you guys have been asking for this for a while. Doesn't take a lot to talk to the guys. It's easy as heck to find them right now. And they're picking up the phone, or at least they're calling you back. And they're willing to sell. Everybody's broke and everybody's home. It's going to continue for a while, guys. We're going to see some shutdowns coming and going. And you're also going to see more opportunity because the counties are broke. Do yourself a favor. Google county deficit 2021. Just Google it and you'll see, 2020, I'm sorry. And you'll see one after another counties in almost every state. The counties are going broke. So this is a wave that's been coming for about 3 years, because a lot of counties have been behind on their budget for a while. Now they don't have an option. They got to foreclose on people not paying, because their option is this. Their other option is to raise taxes on the people that are paying. And that's going to trigger a low-level grassroots revolt. Okay, people are going to go, let me get this straight. I got to pay 5% more in taxes to you guys because you're not foreclosing on property where the people aren't paying. So I'm basically paying the way of the people that aren't. You think that's going to fly? It's not. And the counties know that. And they're already setting it up where we're starting to see a lot more coming up in tax default, a lot more coming up where they're actually scheduling foreclosure dates. So pay attention. January 1st, it's going to be a big launch. I will be putting a video out where I kind of go into a little more nuts and bolts for you guys, but I'd love to hear your comments. Please comment below. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, whatever you need to do to keep in line with us, keep up with us. And we're probably going to be doing this kind of, we'll be doing our live presentations, our live question and answer videos, video webinars on YouTube from going forward, just because it's unbreakable. Appreciate the time you took to listen to this. Hope you have a great day.